Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Dark Girl Chronicles. Y'all, I love my husband. Let me just go and put that out there on the street. I love my husband. I do. I love that man. Um, I don't like making videos where I have to start out this way because I mean it should be obvious at this point that yeah, I do love my husband a lot. But y'all, sometimes I question: is there enough love in the world? Because to deal with some things, because yeah, I have to pause here for a minute, y'all. I spent Thanksgiving. All right, so I I I I, I spent Thanksgiving. Let's just start with I already knew my husband had to work Thanksgiving. Okay, so that much was clear, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't care about Thanksgiving, to be quite honest. It's not that big of a deal for me. It's really not. I mean, most of the stuff I shouldn't be eating. I have to be very careful about what it is I'm eating around Thanksgiving. Holidays in general are a problem, but because now with the diabetes, everything that you would traditionally eat around holidays are problematic for me because sugar. Okay, so sugar and carbs, and mostly this specific holiday, carbs. So I always have to be very, 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 very careful. Stay on my medication regimen. Do not miss medication. Do not screw that up and not do what we were supposed to do. Because otherwise, we will mess this up and it will be terrible. So I, so it's already a stressful time. So, but I was like, okay, whatever, fine. I know that he's got to work. So I'm not that pressed about it at all. Not at all. He was more pressed about it than I was. He was like, I don't really want to be off for Thanksgiving. And I'm like, why? But why though? But all right. So he he worked Thursday and Friday of Thanksgiving. Okay. So Tuesday, I'll get a call from my mother-in-law. Now y'all know how I feel about her. You know it ain't pleasant and it ain't fond. It is not fond feelings, okay? And the feeling is mutual. Matter of fact, we're gonna get into that too. Why I know that it's for certain, not me. It is very mutual that it is not fond and pleasant. So, um, I get a call from my mother-in-law on Tuesday, and I didn't call her back because by the time I saw that she had called, it was late in the evening, and I was like, I ain't calling, finna call nobody back at this time of night. I was raised better than that. My mama was very much a stickler about. There's specific times that we call folks, and when we go visiting, and after a certain hour, we do not call, nor do we go visiting, because folks have other things they want to be doing than entertaining you. So and it was just about common courtesy and manners and etiquette, that sort of thing. So I adhered to my mammy's teachings, and I said, well, I'll just call her back the next day. I had already kind of guessed what was going on anyway. So I called her back, and so she says, well, I was just wanting to know, are you going to go eat dinner with your aunt? And I said, no, she's going to be in Atlanta this year because Aunt A, apparently, without bothering to tell anybody, I guess she didn't feel like she needed to let me know. But I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you're being bothering me about it, but okay, fine. She went to Atlanta with Aunt D. And apparently, shithead Aunt R, I assume, also went. So, um, I said, okay, well, knowing that. And the only reason why I know that is because Aunt D took it upon herself to call on my mama's birthday, which we're going to get into that too. what would have been my mama's birthday, and called to say happy birthday, and told me all of this in the course of calling to tell me all of that. So I was like, okay. So, but yeah, we're gonna circle back to that in a little bit. But anyway, so I said no, she going down to Atlanta. Okay, well I just wanted to call and invite you over to the cousin's house, to the cousin's house, which this is a whole thing too. Invite you to the cousin's house for Thanksgiving. And I said, okay, I guess I really didn't have any other plans. I really wasn't planning to do anything on Thursday, but all right. So I said, well, that's fine. Thank you. I appreciate the invite. What time do I need to be there, and do I need to bring anything? You need to be there at 2:30, and you don't need to bring anything. Okay, well, I don't like showing up empty-handed at anybody's house, but okay, fine. If I don't need to bring nothing, I don't need to bring nothing. So I said, fine, all right. So then I got off the phone with her, and I texted husband and said, so your mama called and invited me to Thanksgiving dinner, and yeah, I guess I'm gonna go. So keep in mind, this year is November of 2023. I have not been to the cousin's house and had dinner since February of 2020, because shortly after, not even February, it's probably January 2020, New Year's. Because shortly after January 2020, guess what popped off? COVID just blew up in March, which is right when we were supposed to get married. So I wound up not going to their house. I haven't been to their house in 3 years because I wasn't finna go over to them old folks' house and get them old folks sick. Not when, it seems that I seem to be a magnet for the Rona. So I seem to be. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna go over to them people's house and get them sick. So that's not okay. So, and they were not accepting visitors, as far as I know, because remember, as I have previously said, the cousins are elderly, so they wasn't trying to get sick, and they've had friends die. So I'm like, well, no, we'll see you. Now I have seen them since then. Lady cousin was at our wedding, and I've seen her, like, we've been in the driveway with masks on, and we just ran over and dropped something off, and hey, and so I didn't want to just show up, and we're not going for visiting. We hadn't been going for visiting. So, but I said, okay, well then if they're having visitors, okay. And the first thing I said was, are you sure these people are having visitors? Because I don't know if I got into it, but the last couple episodes, but I'd be damned if that woman was not here inviting folks to folks' house in the middle of a pandemic. And I'm like, excuse me, but are you allowed to be doing that? Because, ma'am, maybe they don't want visitors. So last Christmas, here she come, talking about well, I was over at the cousin's house and I really wanted to see you. Okay, well, you needed to really not need to see us. You need to really mind your damn business and stop trying to damn infect me with freaking COVID and giving it to my husband so he can give it to me. Fuck out of here. I dislike her greatly because she does shit like this and then gets mad when don't nobody want to deal with her bullshit. Like, why are you steadily trying to involve other people in your foolishness? If you want to go gallivanting around town, be my guest. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. And stop trying to get me sick. Shit. Like, and she act like her ass ain't high risk too. That's what gets me. She act like she not high risk. She is. Very. Okay? We have several high risk. I've said this before too. We have several high risk things in common. Like, stop it. She's just doing the most. So anyway, fine, whatever. So I went over there. I was putting it off because I really did not want to go. So fine, I go over there. I walk in the door and she already is grating on my nerves, but all right. So I had already told him before I left, I said, well, look here, if I text you with the code word, which, no, I know she ain't gonna watch this, but the code word is, we should do get help from Thor Ragnarok. I said, if I text you the code word, you already know something that popped off. Come leave work immediately and come get me out of jail. just just go ahead and know that I'm going to jail. They've already arrested me and sent me off. I'm calling you and you're going to be my phone call because I might have done something I shouldn't have done. So he was like, please don't hurt my mom. I'm like, I wouldn't, if it weren't for the fact that, it's kind of like somebody's constantly poking the bear because we think that the bear won't say anything, and the bear is just a little meek something or another, and the bear ain't gonna want no problems, and bear don't want no trouble, and so bear not gonna say anything. So we'll just poke the bear until bear finally snaps, and then we can say, "See, I told you, she ain't no good. She's just disrespectful and rude." That's what we're hoping for. So it's a constant poke, 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 until finally I just go, see now your black ass. so anyway, I get over there, walk in the door. She already being an asshole, just grating on my nerves. I'm like I made that face when I walked in the door. It's like that meme of the cat, the black cat who's just kind of sitting there and it's making this face. And the other cat's talking to it. And the context is always something that you really don't want to talk about and you don't really want to listen to this other person, but you kind of have to for a minute because, God, why? Yeah. But the actual video, the cat does actually, the black cat that's sitting there with making that face does actually attack the other cat that's talking to it. It's actually kind of hilarious. But anyway, you want to know, it's on Instagram, and it's very popular on Instagram right now, along with the dog who's making the crazy face that's like, yeah, that meme. So anyway, so yeah, I'm making that face that cat's making. And it's just like, bro, I'd really rather be somewhere else than right here, right now. Because I hate this woman. And it is a long time simmering hate. Okay? She is irritating. She is obnoxious. And she knows she works on my nerves. She knows she does. It is not a maybe not. No, she knows she gets on my nerves. I just tend to ignore her most of the time, but every so often, as the running theme of this night became, internally I am screaming or I am saying, okay, boomer, in my mind, or both. So there's that. So throughout the evening, she is being her usual. I mean, she was relatively well behaved. There's a reason for that. She was relatively well behaved, but there was a couple of times where I just was like, okay, boomer. Like, man, she was saying some stuff. I was just like, now why would you say that? Why would you come out of your mouth and say that? That is super offensive, first of all. Second of all, you're an asshole. Why would you even fix your mouth to say that? So then, she at 3 separate points, decides she wants to point out to me, as she as wont to do, that my husband needs to keep his hair cut low. And I'm like, Mimo, shut the fuck up. Because I'm just like, if your salty ass don't shut the fuck up, leave me the fuck alone about my husband's hair, okay? I have been cutting his hair. This has been a point of contention for 3 years. actually more than 3 years, but it really ramped up as a point of contention during the pandemic because I really started cutting his hair. I was kind of sort of part-time teaching myself how to do it when he didn't have time to go to a barber and he didn't want to go and spend the money so I started part-time doing it, but I had been shaving his face this whole time, okay? Even before pandemic. I shaved his face because as I pointed out while I was sitting there, I said, oh no, I shave his face also in addition to cutting his hair because I don't want him nicking himself and bleeding all over my house because that's not going to fly. We're not doing that. So I said, well, I started cutting his hair full time once the pandemic started because I was like, there's no way you are not going to a barbershop getting COVID from somebody who feels they need to be at work and they have COVID and then they give it to you and then you bring it home and you give it to me and I die. So, nah, not over a fucking haircut. We will not. So it has been a point of contention for her because as he and I have correctly surmised and was confirmed by Lady Cousin, she is jealous. She is extremely jealous and salty about the fact that I cut his hair. And it is a thing that a man and a woman do together. That's a very intimate thing when you're cutting someone's hair or shaving their face for them. Like, he ain't gonna let too many people do that aside from A, his wife, and B, his barber. She is neither one, okay? She definitely not his wife, and she definitely ain't his barber. So it is always a point of contention for her. And so I guess she called herself pointing it out so that she gets under my skin with it. And I'm like, girl, all you're doing is just making yourself be more irritable and riled up. Because it really don't bother me. I'm going to cut his fucking hair when I fucking cut it. Okay? So, and he and I had talked about it. I had said, well, I was going to cut his hair. And I did. I cut his hair this past Sunday. But she kept, well, he needs to keep his hair low. Okay, Boomer. You said that 3 times now. Why does this seem to bother you so much? Go on and tell me what the real reason is. Because actually, I know what the real reason is, but I want you to come out and say what the real reason is. Because you're an asshole and you don't deserve any quarter from me. So, and I'm not going to give you any quarter because you're an asshole. And you know, if it was one thing, it'd be one thing if it was actually helpful advice. But you're not even helping. There's nothing you are providing here that helps with any type of task dealing with cutting his hair. None of what you're not providing anything. You ain't provided no tools, no time, no location, nothing. You don't contribute anything except your mouth. And it's useless. Just like you. As a whole. Like, fuck out of here and leave me the fuck alone. God damn, she gets on my nerves. So, Lady Cousin later on pointed out, she was like, yeah, I noticed that she said that like 3 times. It's because she's jealous and she's salty and she's upset about it. And I was like, she'll be all right. She'll be all right. The fuck she want me to do about it? Okay, you know what? Then I'm going to come over to your house and you going to cut his head in. And we'll see how well you do. Until we actually allow you to do that, shut the fuck up. So then she gonna call herself trying to jump on me. See, I'm gonna tell you about how people do. Because their ass is miserable and they in the leaky fucking boat. Haven't we talked about this? I know this thing should sound very familiar. When people are in a leaky fucking boat of their own, they want everybody else to be in that same boat too. They don't want to not be in the boat. They don't want to be in the boat by themselves. They want everybody else to be in the same boat because they are very scared of being in the boat. So this asshole decides, so I'm sitting there minding my business. I checked my sugar while I was sitting there. because I needed to check my sugar. And I had cookies earlier in the day, which was a bad idea on my part. But overall, I have been doing fantastic with my sugar. My sugar is great. I'm not fucking up my sugar anymore. So I just I had cookies. I had Chewy Chips Ahoy, and I have a weakness for Chewy Chips Ahoy. But because it's a individual little small thing, I tend to eat them too much, eat too many. So I had some Chewy Chips Ahoy, and my sugar was a tad high, but I also hadn't taken medication yet for the day. So I did. I took some medication, and I took my medication while I was at the cousin's house, and I checked my sugar. And so Miss Goofy Ass here, keep in mind, she is averaging somewhere in the 200s. Okay. As a diabetic, let me go ahead and tell you that's not great. Not averaging. If you spike the 200, okay. You can isolate that and you can figure out, well, all right, I ate these things, and these things. So clearly I shouldn't have eaten this and this and this. That's probably what spiked me up to 200. What this dummy decides to do is, she's like, well, I average 220. I'm like, what the fuck? That's not good. Don't sit up here and flex, because that's not a flex. That's not the flex you think it is. That's why your ass on damn injectable insulin right now. So I'm on pills, mind you. So this is why I say we all want everybody to be in the leaky boat, because that would mean everybody's miserable. I'm like, baby, I'm not in the same boat you in, okay? I'm over here on pill boat, and as long as I stay my ass on them pills and I don't do dumb shit, like eat things I ain't supposed to eat, and I don't do dumb shit and repeatedly, we are fine. I don't have to inject anything, okay? You, on the other hand, seem to think it's a flex to be at 220, be averaging 227. Like, you shouldn't be averaging 227. Your shit's supposed to be under 200, well under 200. Average is not, then you doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. So, and I'm like, you just out here swear you just doing so well, and you think you out here doing so much better than everybody else around you, aka me, who have the same condition that you do. So this dummy sits up there while I'm I went and got, because I brought drinks with me. I brought 2 Cokes with me, and they were Coke Zero. Now y'all have seen me get on this camera. Y'all have seen me talk about the fact that I was diagnosed as diabetic on January the 24th, 2018. Y'all have seen me say this. Y'all have heard me talk about my struggles with staying on task and not, killing myself slowly with an overload of carbs and sugar. Y'all know this. Y'all seen me lose weight. Don't look like it right now, but I promise you, I've lost about 40 pounds in the last probably year or so. Okay. Tell me why this dumbass decides she gonna try to chastise me because I was drinking a Coke. Lady cousin stepped in before, because I know she saw my face, because I was fixing to say something that wasn't particularly pleasant. But lady cousin steps in and says, that's a Coke Zero. That ain't a regular Coke. I ain't got no sugar in it. And then she gonna say, so mother-in-law gonna say, oh. I was like, you asshole, mind your fucking business. Worry the fuck about you. You one who can't have a regular Coke. You probably can't have a Coke Zero, even though it's got zero sugar in it, because your stupid ass decides you want to fucking pound back whatever it is that you eating that you shouldn't be eating. Like, what are you doing? Like, fucking worry about you. Your house is on fire also. Don't run over to my yard worried about what it is I'm doing in my front fucking yard. Worry about yours. These people who also have diabetes in my life that swear up and down they are in such a better place than I am and get mad because my shit ain't fucked like theirs is. Child, the number of people who are just like, well, why don't you have bad sugar? And why is your number bad? Because, motherfucker, I mind my business and I worry about what my sugar is. I ain't worried about what your sugar is. Like, y'all, I mean, I wish I could be making up the level of fuckery and stupidity that my mother-in-law employs when it comes to me. Like, she insists upon trying to compete with me. And it's like, girl, what are you doing? Stop it. You cannot compete with me. Like, I really want you to grow up. Since you're constantly reminding me of the fact that you're, 70 years old. Okay, well, fucking act like it. God damn. I swear, if I didn't know any better, I'd swear you were 15. And actually, damn 15-year-old act like they got a little bit more sense sometimes. God. So, that was Thanksgiving Day. After that, she shut the hell up and went on about her. Oh, well, she did keep going on and on and on about. So the cousins was trying to get rid of all this food because they didn't cook all this food. And they wanted to, so I was fixing Brandon a plate to take to the house. So here she come. Well, so cousin was like, do you want to take some of this cranberry sauce? And I said, no, I don't, no, I ain't never seen Brandon eat no cranberry sauce. I don't think he eat no cranberry sauce. I'm pretty sure I've never seen him eat cranberry sauce. Here she come. Well, I'm pretty sure Brandon likes cranberry sauce. Go on and take him some. Like, okay. Then after that, it was the dressing. Well, you should take Brandon some dressing. I'm pretty sure he likes dressing. He's not a fan of either one of those things. He really isn't. He not. I promise you he's not. Because when I got home and I told him, I said, well, I done fixed your plate. You got some plates in there, multiple plates. I said, well, you got some plates in the refrigerator. And he goes in there and I said, well, I brought you back a king's ransom of food. Mostly turkey legs that are ginormous. I said, well, but you got a bounty in there. So go on in there and see what you got. And so he's going through and he said, you just done robbed these people. I said, well, they kept trying to force the food on me. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to eat any of this turkey whatsoever. I don't like turkey. I ate some while I was there, but I don't really like turkey too much. So it tastes weird to me. And it's probably because I ate a lot of it as a child. And I just don't like turkey in general. So anyway, it's a bird I just don't like. But so he's going through the place and he's like, why did they give you this cranberry sauce? I said, yeah, listen, I promise you it was foisted on me. And then I told him what happened with the cranberry sauce and the dressing. And he was like, yeah, I don't like cranberry sauce. And I'm like, I know. I'm well aware. I know. I said that, but I was shouted down and told to shut the fuck up and take the plates anyway. So guess what I did? So, whatever. Anyway, so I just, and then I stayed and I talked to the cousin for lady cousin for a little bit and Mr. Cousin for a minute. And, cause like I said, I hadn't seen these people. I hadn't been sitting down in their house having dinner in 3 years since the pandemic kicked off. And, I got into a point where I felt okay enough to go and socialize. I tell you, this pandemic has turned me into a non-sociable. If I could be, what's the agoraphobic, a misanthropic, germaphobe, agoraphobic, because I do not like going to. I don't like being around people. I don't. People are disgusting. So it's kind of like y'all are disgusting. That's gonna be a no. So yeah, I'm not fond of that at all. So yeah, yeah. But so I felt okay going. I was a little concerned at first, but um, I actually felt okay sitting there, and I sat there for a good little while, probably about 3-4 hours. Now I'm gonna tell y'all. Now when I sat there, let me tell you about how people do, cause she nasty too. But you want to be sitting up here talking about people with you don't like nasty German people with COVID and carrying on. But y'all, while I was sitting there, she sounded stuffed up. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you stuffed up? What the hell do you have? She never did say what she had, but then gonna say, cause she made the green beans, and then gonna say, yeah, I can't really taste the green beans, bitch. What? I'm like, bitch, what? Oh no, absolutely not. You get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? I was like, I was internally screaming when she said that, because I'd already been sitting there for like an hour or two, because I didn't get close enough to her to know that she was stuffed up until I'm sitting there at the table across from her eating. And I'm like, this is the fuck why we don't come see you. This is why we don't do shit with you. Because you are stupid. God damn it. This is why I hate people. Because they ain't shit. Like, why would you go through and do all of this shit and you know you stuffed up? God, what is wrong with her? Y'all, so, like I say, she was fairly well behaved, aside from her bullshitting and that bullshit. I was just like, this bitch. Like, I was literally sitting there across, like, I'm sitting here across from this camera. She was probably about 10 feet more away from me. And instead of talking about, well, I can't really taste the green beans. Bitch, what the fuck? I Had I known that, I would not have gone. I would have stayed my ass right at the house, right here, and that would have been that. Anyway, so that was Thursday. Um, Friday I was at the house. Saturday we were off. We were both off, so we went and picked up our food. We went and got, because we had ordered. We did our Thanksgiving dinner that we traditionally do together. We did that on Sunday. So, but I had already ordered stuff from Honey Baked Ham, and so I got some ham by the slice, which is perfect for the two of us. Ham by the slice, turkey by the slice, and green bean casserole. I was very, 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 very good bear, because they had New York style cheesecake in there, and I was like, I want to go over there and get that cheesecake, but I don't want to die because if I have that cheesecake, we will have ruined whatever progress we have made in the last 6 months. So, with getting our sugar under control and keeping it under control, I do not want to do that. So, I did not buy the cheesecake. I was very good bear. Very, very, very good bear. And I ignored it. And so then, and she made me bring home apple pie, and then very slyly gonna say, well then, good, that means I don't have to make him one. Okay, well girl, knock yourself out. I wasn't finna do it. And earlier that day, he had already he went and picked him up some food, and he ordered him some apple pie. Or more like I ordered it for him, and got him some apple pie. And I was like, girl, knock yourself out, because I sure will not be doing it. But, and I did not. I have not had any of that apple pie. So, yeah, no, and I know he loves apple pie. So I'm like, well, yeah, fine, I'll take some, because I know he loves it. He will eat it. He absolutely loves apple pie. It's one of his favorites. So I was like, yeah, I'll take him the apple pie. That's not a problem. I'm not eating any of it, but because I'm not stupid. Again, we will have ruined whatever progress we have made in the last 5 to 6 months. So no. So anyway, yeah, that was Thursday. So Friday, like I say, Saturday we went and picked up our food. Sunday we actually had our stuff. I cooked a few little sides to go with the food that we got, and we had a nice little dinner. It was real nice. Damn, that honey baked ham was so good. I was starving too, but that honey baked ham was really good. I love that ham. Um, I have to be careful too, because it will make my blood pressure go up if I eat too much of it. But I sure did eat me a good couple of slices there. And like I said, I fixed a few little sides, and it was real nice. We put up our Christmas tree. And we have our photos. We have our Christmas photos. And I got to burn the Christmas candle I bought way back in September. I'm so excited. I bought these Christmas candles. I bought one from from the grocery store, and I bought one uh from Bath and Body Works. And ooh, it smelled like Christmas in the house. Oh, it smelled like Christmas to go with my Christmas tree and my garland. So, yeah, we decorated for Christmas on Sunday, and so we got our tree up. Um, and so I was trying to think what else we did. So, circling back to when my aunt called. So, my mom's birthday is November the 19th. She would have been 72 this year. Um, and you guys, you know about my mom and the journey that has been dealing with her death, and her getting sick, and her, eventually passing away, and the time after all of that I've been going through, dealing with it. I'm at an exceptionally good place now. Um, as opposed to that video I made in 2015 at my shithead sibling's house, where, I had literally just lost her in April, and in, you know, August I was still kind of pulling the pieces, just starting to pull the pieces together. So yeah, I spent her birthday, and as I have done since she died, I will do a few little things, depending on what I'm doing and where I am, and if I'm at the house. Um, I will play a playlist of Michael Bolton. She's a massive Michael Bolton fan. I am too. I actually happen to really like him. Because listen, Michael Bolton can sing. Okay. So I do a playlist of my favorite Michael Bolton songs. And I will play it on her birthday. Um and we would go get Longhorn in her honor, because we both really loved Longhorn. So she very much, she loved Longhorn. And so I would go get the pork chops. But this year I didn't go get them because they've changed the pork chops. They have they turned them into medallion pork. So I'm like, no, I don't want medallion. I want center cut. So I don't get the pork chops. So if I get Longhorn now, I just get the ribs to go or whatever, with some Brussels sprouts and broccoli, which is pretty good. I try to avoid getting the rice. As much as I love their seasoned pilaf rice, I cannot have the rice. The rice is a bad idea on my part. So, I did do that. So anyway, my aunt calls me. So the key here to understand, my aunt's birthday is the day after my mom's. Okay. So traditionally, when my aunt wasn't being a jackass and my mom was still alive, they would spend their birthdays together. So, because they're a day apart. And they were really close. So, she has taken to either texting me or calling me on my mom's birthday, um, to, I guess, to say she was thinking, thinking about mom or whatever. I'm like, well, okay, you and me too. I was like, yeah, but did you call your nephew? Because he the one who's really like jumped up about this. Um, I'm in, like I said, I'm in a very good place. But yeah, I talked to her, and so she was telling me, and because we're gonna get into part of what she said. Um, but so after all of the family drama, the two family drama episodes and the aftermath episode, so there's like three episodes in season 4 of Dark Girl Chronicles where um I talked about family drama. Okay. Well, 4 episodes really. But 3 of them specifically I had to do family drama. I had to split one episode into 2 because it was super long, describing all of the bullshitting and foolishness. And then there was an aftermath episode after I had to cuss Aunt R out for her fuckery involving one of these churns babies. Okay. Okay. So the aftermath to all of that was, the family does not particularly speak to me, which is fine. I'm like, whoa, thank you. Please do not threaten me with a good time, because I don't want to spend time with y'all, and I don't want to see y'all, and I don't want to talk to you either. Anytime you sit up here and you celebrate somebody who is absolutely awful to their own sibling, and you literally try to paint it like I'm the bad guy because I don't want to let somebody be awful to me, nah, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I don't have anything to talk to you about. We don't have anything to talk about. So we're effectively low contact, if not no. Some people I am low contact, and some people I am no contact. Aunt R is in the no contact category, even though she lived 5 minutes from me. She is definitely in the no contact. Don't bring your ass to my house. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. When you see me, pretend like you don't know me. We're gonna get into that too, because I don't remember if I talked about that when that happened. I think I did talk about that when I saw her last, and I was like, okay, well, pretend you don't know me. Fuck you. I don't want to talk to you as it is. So yeah, but yeah, the short gist of that was, yeah, I was like, I don't know her. And I remember I told work buddy who was with me, I was like, yeah, we're gonna keep walking. We going in this restaurant, and I'm gonna pretend like I don't see that woman sitting out there, because that's actually the aunt that I had to cuss out. He already knew who I was talking about anyway, because I talked about it. And I was like, keep moving. We're not talking to her, because if I say something to her out here in the street, cops gonna get involved. It's on site. So no, I do not want to see her, and I don't want to talk to her. So anyway, yeah, most people, low contact. Her, no contact. So, and my brother is no contact. So, yeah, so Aunt D says, she's doing all this talking about. So then she says, well, they're coming down here for because I asked her, I said, well, what are you gonna do for your birthday? Since, I mean, you're calling me to tell me that you're, celebrating your birthday. Like, I needed to know this, and that I didn't know that your birthday was tomorrow. I was gonna call you and tell you happy birthday, but I mean, okay, whatever. So, but I was like, well, okay, what are you doing for your birthday? So then she says, well, they're coming down here for Thanksgiving and they're going to come for my birthday. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that must be nice. I hope you have a good birthday. Um, Note that my black ass is not traveling, nor do I care. I mean, you know, like I said, because I've said this before, and it was in the family drama foolishness episodes. Aunt D is not the same person that I grew up with. That's not the aunt that I grew up with. I don't know who that person is. The person now, I don't know. I don't know her. She is somebody completely different and is not the aunt that I grew up respecting and admiring and looking up to. That's not, I don't know who that woman is. Cause this one here is an asshole who is particularly hurtful for no reason. Like, out of all of them, this one here, this is the one I would least have expected to be this way, and is I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I dare venture to say I don't love her. The aunt that I loved doesn't exist anymore and has not for a long time, because the aunt that I loved would have rallied around everybody and did when things happen. She was the voice of reason. She was the one who said, okay, now we got to get things together and we got to have a plan, and we need to be able to do these things, and we need to take care of our own people, and we need to make sure everybody is taken care of here. And you pull for your family, and you pull for your cousin and your sister or your niece or whoever it is to you. We rally around that person and we show up for that person. This person here, I don't know who the fuck this is. she ain't, I'm like, she ain't it. She is not a good person. This person is bitter and angry and super self-involved and rude and just obnoxious and just come out of mouth sideways with all kind of stuff. And I'm like, girl, like, you doing too much. You were doing entirely too much. And for somebody who's supposed to be so goddamn smart, you sure say some of the stupidest shit that is completely unnecessary. Not everything need to come out your mouth that pop into your mind. Excuse me? Like, and this, because I'm going to tell you, the aunt that I have now would have got popped in the mouth by the aunt before that. Okay? And the aunt before that would have immediately shut that shit down and been like, no, ma'am. This is unacceptable. This is not what we do. So that's why I don't know who this aunt is. Somebody can body snatchers or some shit. I don't know. But, anyway, so she says, so she's telling me about how, the baby is coming down there, and I'm like, who baby? I'm like, who baby? What baby are you talking about? Ain't nobody in our family got a, oh yeah. Yeah, I guess we do have a baby in the family. I guess. I had to stop and think of who the hell she was talking about. Like, so, and the reason why I say this is the aftermath of all of that foolishness, because when I did that video about all that yip yapping they did at that funeral and all that cussing and fussing and carrying on and, well, you getting married again is a problem. That was in June of 2020. Tell me why September of 2020, the 20-year-old in the family, cousin T's daughter, got pregnant. I said all this. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this on camera in the last 3 years. I'm pretty sure I have. I don't remember if I did or not, or exactly what. But when they did all that and I had to cuss Aunt R out, right about the time that I had to do all of that, it come to find out, well, because this cousin's son was the one I had to cuss her. I had to cuss her out because he and his girlfriend had a baby. Okay. I have since held this child, met this child and held and all of that. Okay. That was in September when all of that happened. August, September. Well, right around that same time, Cousin W's sister, Cousin A, got pregnant and was 19 at the time. And I'm like, now wait a minute. Hold on a goddamn minute. Hold on a goddamn minute. I know damn good and well y'all ain't finna sit up here, do all this hooting and hollering, do all this carrying on, browbeat the shit out of me because my old fat ass decided that I was gonna marry my longtime boyfriend and have a wedding. Okay, let me make sure I got this right. My old fat ass decided I was going to have a wedding that I'm paying for, mind you. I'm paying for it. I am paying for it. I have gone back to school, gotten a degree, fixing to go get a job to make use of said degree, new degree. Get another job, a better paying job, which I did. Let me make sure I got this right. Y'all hooting and hollering about 40-year-old me marrying somebody who was also in their 40s, mind you. But y'all awfully fucking quiet and silent as a church mouse about the 20-year-old who's fixing to have a baby. I want to make sure I got all of that straight. I ain't heard no hide nor fucking hair about the fact that the 20-year-old was pregnant. Living with a boyfriend who, by the way, also already had a baby. Oh, I discovered that when I went to the baby shower for the 20-year-old who's having a baby, and I'm just sitting there looking at her the whole time like my eye was twitching because I was like, I changed this baby's diapers. What the entire fuck is happening right now? Why is she pregnant? Why? Well, I know why. I can guess why. I know how she's pregnant also. Because, I can go ahead and guess what's going to happen when you have a young, nubile, pretty little thing living with a grown-ass man who got a baby already. I can go ahead and tell you what the outcome of that is going to be already. But all right, let me mind my black ass business because you know what? Folks' choices is folks' choices. None of my business. You know what? It ain't none of my business. And I don't pass judgment. If that's what she want to do, that's what she want to do. I'm not her mama. I'm not her mom. I was her age. I was her age when she was born. Okay. So I'm old enough to be her mom, as she is with this child, but I'm not her mom. Okay. I'm just a distant cousin who happened to be semi-involved when she was born. But no matter. None of my business. I'm not passing judgment on that part. Because, like I say, my mammy also seems to run in our family. My mammy had a baby real young. Okay? She made it work. The village helped. And the village helped raise the child. And she was fine. So, far be it from me to say anything about that. But what I am gonna fucking talk about is, I know goddamn good and well y'all better keep the same energy. I know you better keep the same energy. Not that you sat your ass up here, cussed me out because I made an adult decision with a Negro who is also an adult, can take care of ourselves. Not like we dependent upon somebody else to take care of us. I live in a paid-for house that I paid for, mind you. Came out my pocket and my inheritance, what little my mama did have, that came out of my pocket. I live here, I mind my black ass business, I go to work, I pay my taxes. I don't be all up in folks' house, I don't be all up in folks' business, I don't be doing all this dumb shit. I mind my, I'm a good Christian woman. I do the things I'm supposed to do. What you're not fixing to do, though, is sit up in here, run my ass into the ground, rake me over the coals, but you don't keep that same fucking energy for the 19-year-old who sat up there and saw her 20-year-old sister also have a baby, and her mama, who was 17 when she had that 20-year-old who had the baby. Now, you done had at least 2 generations here, 3 generations if you pay attention to the fact that my mama had one at 19. 4 generations if you count the fact that my grandma had babies starting at 19, 20. So you got 4 fucking generations to have learned not to do this shit from, but you go ahead and do it anyway. Y'all don't say a goddamn word. I ain't heard, it was crickets. Crickets! Crickets! And the only reason why I even learned that she was pregnant was because Aunt A, in her infinite wisdom, and we're going to jump in her ass in a minute too. Aunt A, in her infinite wisdom, calls me or I called her and I said, well, this is when we were getting married. We were finally getting married. And I said, well, we're going to have the ceremony. And she's doing all this talking. And then she says, oh, you know, your cousin A, she actually said her name, you know, she's pregnant. No, I didn't know that. Why would I know that? Because I ain't fucking talked to them people. I don't keep up with them. I've been in this house this whole damn time. I've literally been in the house trying not to get sick and die. It's like, why would I know any of this? And then made it seem like I was supposed to just know this stuff. Like, what the fuck? You weird. And you're obnoxious. Matriarch, you supposed to be the one who keep everybody in the loop. But then goes on to tell me, well, you know, she was living with the boyfriend. And I was like, what boyfriend? First of all, what boyfriend? And then, what? I said, wait a minute, living with the boyfriend? What boyfriend? First of all, and living where? She said, oh yeah, they moved out. They had a house, and then they wound up having to move back in with a mom. She had to move back in with a mama. And I'm like, what the hell? And this just gets worse as you keep going on. So y'all sat up here and I said, so I didn't say this, but because I should have. I said this to myself. Because I remember telling Brandon when I discovered all of this, when I was told all of this. I said, let me make sure I got this right. Make sure I got this right. They did all that carrying on. Did all that hooting and hollering. Screaming. Okay? Screaming. About a 40-year-old remarrying. But y'all ain't had not a goddamn word to say when the 19-year-old come popping up talking about she pregnant after living with this grown-ass man who, by the way, had a 3-year-old, 4-year-old kid already. Because I met that child at the baby shower. And I'm sitting there like, what kid is this? And they're like, oh yeah, that's his. I'm like, I just sat there like this right here. Because I actually did go to the shower. This is in 2021. And I was like, fuck all. If I catch COVID at this party, I'm going to beat somebody's ass. But fine, whatever. So I'm just sitting there like this right here the whole time. Fuck y'all. Fuck every last single one of y'all. Fuck all of y'all. Because y'all ain't shit for that. And that is the point at which I knew. I said, you know what? There is a double standard here. There is a standard for me. And then there's a standard for everybody else but me. Oh, well, there's a standard for, well, male cousin T is persona non grata, and he don't get spoken about either. he the Bruno of the family. We don't talk about Bruno. Yeah, we don't talk about male cousin T. Which that was a thing too. But I was like, so there's a standard. What y'all telling me is there's a standard for me and for him, and everybody else is fine. Everybody else got a whole other standard. They can do all kind of shit, do and say all kind of stuff, be all kind of things, do all kind of shit, and it's fine. But the minute my black ass look like I'm finna do something, well, what you need to do that for? Well, why would you want to do that? Don't nobody care that you're doing. And then y'all want to sit up here and wonder why don't nobody come and do not a goddamn thing with you. No, I will not. I will never. Never, ever. Never. I am not. I do not. You know what I had to learn? I had to learn to pay attention to who I give my time and my energy to. Pay attention to who I allow to access me and access my essence and access my being and access my kindness and my intelligence and my propensity to do good and to know better and do good because I know better. I had to learn how to control access to that. You can't just give that to everybody because not everybody deserves to have that. Now, I'm not sitting up here thinking I'm better than anybody or that I'm so much more better off and better, whatever. No. And what I'm going to sit here and tell y'all, and y'all should have known this by now because I have talked about it on more than one occasion. I'm a very humble person. I believe in minding my damn business, and I am not judgmental, and I'm not weird about shit. I keep to myself, and the people that I love, they know I am very fiercely loyal, and that I am always going to clap for them when it's time to clap for them. Okay? My husband be the first one to attest to all of this. When something good happens for him, I'm the first one. Baby, yes, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Yes. Look how we prosper. That is literally me. I'm like, yes. Listen, my coworkers right now, if any of them ever sit up here, they know I will be the first one to clap when somebody gets a promotion, somebody has passed CPA exam, somebody has something good going on for them, like somebody fixing to have a baby. And I'm like, yay, baby. And coworker that sits across me, wife just had a baby in July. And I'm like, yay, baby. So I am the first. I will literally be the first one. Folks get raises. I'm the first one. Yes, look how we getting this money. Get this money. That's how we supposed to do in here. Listen, my work coach, he have good things happen for him. I'm super excited for him. I really want him and his wife to do well here because I'm super fond of them. But I mean, like, I am the first person that is like, yes, for everybody else before I do it for myself. So when I sit here and tell you I am humble, I'm humble. But I will toot my own horn when I have to. Because for fuck's sake, we know our family ain't finna do it. Not them people I'm related to, they will not. Not on my mama's side, they won't. I be the first one. What we celebrating you for? Why do you need to do? Why do you have? But child, anybody else in the family? Well, we gotta clap for them. Also, pretty sure I got kicked out of the family chat. I'm pretty sure. Which is fine. I'm fine with not being in the family chat. I'm perfectly fine with that. Please do not threaten me with a good time. I'm fine with not being in that family chat. Because it's just like, why? What? I don't want to talk to any of you. I don't like any of you. I don't like any of the people I have come to know as adults in my family. I don't like too many of them. It's very, very, very few. It's a very short list. And they're all cousins. They're cousins. And it's like 3. So, yeah, no. Mm-mm. I, I just I don't get involved anymore. I refuse. I don't give people I just don't. I keep to myself because why go through all that? All you're gonna do is just shit on whatever it is I'm doing anyway. Like, you're gonna make diminish it and make it small anyway, and then compare me to somebody else. So why share anything? Why be involved in anything? Like, I ain't even trying to go Christmas because I'm really like, I don't really want to do all of that. I really don't. I don't want to be in a house full of people either. Because COVID. Like, I don't want to be in a house full of people. Ah, damn. Like, I just don't. I don't want to be around a lot of people. I'm just at the point where Christmas is a good thing again. So I'm actually excited for Christmas, and I'm actually, happy about Christmas. So yeah, I don't really want to spoil all the time that I'm fixing to have off, and I just yeah, I don't know, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. Yeah, I that was all that happened in the last couple of weeks since the last video I made. Um, I all of that happened actually like earlier. I mean, that's been like years ago at this point. Because that kid is now, I guess, 2 or 3. I guess I don't know. I think he was born in 2021. Yeah, he was born in 2021. So, I've never held him. I've never even like talked to the kid. Like, I, it was like, COVID. So no, I don't want to hold your baby. No, I don't want to be around you. You have a newborn child. No, no, thank you. Mm-mm. No, thank you. I think I saw him at Christmas this past last year Christmas, and he would have been 2, I guess. I guess. No, yeah, he would have. No, he would have been. He would have been 1. Yeah, he would have been 1, and I was just like, yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. Kids. Okay. So yeah, I've never held him or anything. I don't even think I know the baby. I'm trying to think, do I know the child's name? I I think I know what his name is. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I do. I vaguely remember because I remember saying, what the hell kind of name is. All right, let me mind my business and shut up. Because that's what the parents pick. And I ain't the parent. And my choices for a child's name ain't exactly the greatest either. So let me shut up. Because I was like, how the fuck do you spell that? Like, all right. But apparently the baby is a third or something. I assume. I don't know. I, I know that he's named after the boyfriend. And that's all I know is that he's named after the boyfriend. Um, and the boyfriend got the same weird ass name. So I was like, oh, all right, okay, because I ain't know what the boyfriend name was. I've met the boyfriend once, and it was like, okay, girl, you all right, okay, girl, like, all right. I mean, since we had so much to say about she specifically didn't have anything to say as far as I know. I mean, I don't talk to her, so I haven't talked to her in a very long time. That's what I say. I was at her baby shower, and that was the first time I talked to her in years. So I'm kind of like, why did you invite me to this baby shower? Because and then the boy mama, the boyfriend grandmama was there and was running her mouth and wilding, and I'm like, girl, you are so out of pocket right now. I don't know you. I literally met you 5 minutes ago. Like, go somewhere, cause I don't know you. Who the fuck are you again? Like, girl, what? You need to be figuring out why your grandson is that young and got 2 kids already with a girl who's super young. You need to be figuring that shit out. Get the fuck out of my face. I don't know you. I was already just because this was at Cousin T's house because Cousin T is her mama. So you already know Cousin T was on thin ice as it was. And it was just like, you doing so much and I really don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here, but I'm being nice because a little small part of me still is like, family. Okay? But know that my black ass don't want to be here. if I could at all be somewhere else right now, I would be. It would not be in this fucking house with you, of all people, because I really don't want to spend time with you. This was 2 months after we got married. We actually got married. So it would have been like, this was like, yeah, like 2 months. So it would have been like June 2021, May 2020, like early 2020, early June 2021. And we got married in April of 2021. So yeah, it was like around then, but it was just like, I really don't want to be here. I don't want to spend time with you. I heavily dislike you. And no, we ain't goddamn family. Because you don't treat me like family. I treat you like family, but you don't treat me like family. So no, we ain't goddamn family. The feeling is mutual. Fuck out of here. But because my mama would have been upset had I not. And I know she would have. But this is, and I'm telling y'all, when I tell y'all there's a moratorium on, we have a thing about there being a moratorium on time that we allow mama to still influence things that's going on. We're past that 5-year moratorium, okay? Mama ain't been influencing, it should not have been influencing events past 2020. So anything that happens after 2020, we can't lean on, well, mama would be upset if. Well, mama would be mad if we didn't. Well, mama probably want us to do. We're not doing, no, we're past that point now. Okay? My mom has been dead for 8 years at this point. 2020 would have been 5 years. Notice that all that bullshit and all that carrying on from everybody on her side of the family came at the 5-year mark. And that is when I said, now you motherfuckers have literally had 5 years to get all this shit out of y'all system. Y'all waited until year 5 that she's been gone to decide you want to act like this. You know what? Fuck y'all. Fuck all of you. Because you waited until she's been gone 5 years. 5 years. Fuck off. Ain't got time. I don't have the time. I literally don't have the time. I don't. Nope, nope, and nope. Goodbye. I don't. So that's what. So the month of November has been some absolute fuckery. Oh, and then of course on my mom's birthday. So I posted a picture, and I had a nice message, real nice message, because I miss my mom. I really miss my mom. And it's better now, but I still miss her a lot. I do. I just miss her presence. I miss her being here. I miss her, just being here. Her being her. And it's hard to deal with sometimes. Like I say, it's gotten much better over the 8 years that she's been gone. But there are still some times where it's hard. And it's always, I feel like it's always going to be hard, because there will always be a hole where she should be. And yeah, I know I'm grown. Like, I'm 42 years old. I have to accept that my mom is going to die at some point. Like, but and I've accepted that, but it does not change the fact that I miss my mom and I miss my best friend. And it does not help that every day I look exactly like her even more. I look in the mirror and this face is literally my mom looking back. Like, she would be astonished at the amount that I look like her now. I don't look nothing like my daddy now. Not really. I look like her and my aunt when I smile. I mean, I look like my Aunt Jean so much when I smile that it's creepy. It's really creepy. But definitely now I look like mom. So yeah, that does not help. But yeah, I miss my mom a lot. So on her birthday, I made a post. Real nice, sweet post. Here comes my shithead daddy. Y'all, every 6 months or so, the Kraken got to remind me that he's still alive. Kraken got to pop up out the ocean, wave his tentacle around, do a little bit of thrashing, and oh my gosh, pay attention to me because reasons, and I'm alive. Don't forget about your daddy. Because Kraken, between my mother-in-law and my father and my brother, I have all the feel of narcissism that I could ever possibly want. They're the reason why I make it a point not to be like that. And that is why I sit up here and I tell y'all, yes, I try to be a good person. I will extol my virtues all damn day long. Because I try to be a good person, and I try not to be like them 3 people in particular. I try not to be those people. They are who I make sure I work hard. Every time I go to sleep at night And when I wake up in the morning and open my damn eyes, I'm like, please, Lord, don't let me wake up and be like any of these people today. Please don't. Also, my aunts. I try not to be like that. So he comes on my goddamn post and decides he wants to post, and I quote, "Never forgotten, Queen." I said, wait a minute. Does your wife know you posted that shit? Does wife number 6 know you posted that shit? The fuck off my post. Go on somewhere. Just go somewhere. So, you know, when he posted it, I deleted it. I deleted his comment. Because, you know, I went in there and I thought about it. And I was like, you know what? Nah, not today, motherfucker. You will not. You're going to get off my post. You know, I let you slide because I'm not the type of person to make waves. I'm just not. If I can avoid extra spiciness, I try to avoid extra spiciness. But fuck all. I am not going to let you get on my shit and show your whole entire ass and do all this performative fuckery for whoever it is I think you're trying to impress. It certainly ain't me, because I already know who you are. I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. You act like my ass ain't been around for 42 years and didn't learn very quickly who you are and who you aren't. Because, see, he like to act like don't nobody know that his ass ain't the Disney dad he tries to portray himself as. He's swearing down he is the world's greatest dad. And I'm like, you are not. You are the exact opposite. You are garbage time. Okay? You are, if there were a Olympics for shitty ass father, you'd have to go every year on the team relay and individual races. You done set world records for your shittiness. Like, no. You're not finna get on my stuff and do this bullshit and do all this yapping and do all this carrying on and performative bullshit, much like your counterpart over there with Brandon's mother, who got to do all this performative bullshit that don't make a drop of goddamn sense and think don't nobody know that your ass is out here just as fucking self-involved and shitty as you possibly can be. Like, fuck off. And what especially pisses me off, partially the reason why my mama's side of the family does all this goofy ass shit, is because of him. Because I am the product of his fuckery. I'm the most obvious byproduct of him being allowed to do all this fuckery and do all this bullshitting. I am literally the byproduct. I am a living, breathing example of why you don't allow just anybody to have access to you. Okay? And because of that, I am the person who is I was the most accessible person that they could get close enough to have a tangible, fuck him. So what better way than to let him know, fuck him. You ain't gonna say it to his face because you ain't got enough balls to do that. No, you'll just take it out on his kid. That is partially why they do the bullshit that they do. And I'm like, y'all ain't shit either. Because how fucking dare you? So you gonna take it out on the kid? What the fucking kid got to do with? All right. Okay, boomers. I'm like, something is the fuck wrong with y'all. Oh, and let us not forget, too, that my mother-in-law likes to try to play up that. And see, this is why I don't fuck with her. There's another reason why I don't fuck with her. Because I haven't really gotten into this. But the short version is she likes to try to push for reconciliation. I'm like, if your silly, goofy ass don't go sit down somewhere and mind your fucking business, this is not your lane, bitch. Get out of it. It's not yours. Go find something to do, like not be awful to your fucking son. Go do that. Figure out how to be a good mother-in-law. And find a hobby and some dick. And not necessarily in that order. Do something. But you can get the fuck out of here. Because what you not gonna do is sit up here and try to perpetrate some bullshit like that. When you do not know the story. Don't know what the hell going on. And steady out here talking about, well, he's doing you dad. Man, fuck you. I hate her. I hate her. She does shit like that. I should say, she has done shit like that. She don't do shit like that no more. Because it has been made plainly obvious to her, not by me, but by her son, that, mama, you need to probably stay in your lane. You out of pocket. He's not a good person, and if I were you, I would not push that. I would not push that. That's not a good look for you. And if you want to fuck around and find out, be our guest, but you're gonna do that on your own time, you clown. You're gonna fucking do that on your own time, and you're gonna fuck around and find out the hard way that motherfucker is awful. So when you become wife number 7, and you got to deal with his bullshit, okay, let us know how that work out for you. And I said, I don't want to hear nothing when he fuck up your shit too, because he will. Okay. But what you're not going to do is get in my face and try to push that shit. Because fuck you and your narrative. Because, oh, by the way, just like I cut him out, let that serve as a lesson and a reminder to you that your son has seen it and can cut you out too. I noticed she shut up real quick. She ain't got shit to say about that now. I said, well, you bet not, stupid ass. Fuck off. I hate her so much. I hate her so hard. Anyway, so yeah, life has been slightly eventful. So anyway, work-wise, I'm gonna see what's going on with these upcoming assignments that I got going on. So I got another raise. I got a little raise, little money in my pocket starting in January, a little bit more money. Woo, we're doing something else now. It was a little bit more money. I was very, very pleased. And I wasn't expecting it. I was not expecting it. Boss man called me in his office and was like, so we want to give you this. Again, it was another one of them. We're going to slide this piece of paper across the table. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay. Okay. I wasn't expecting this, but all right. Appreciate it. So, like I said, it was a little tiny raise, probably like 2%, maybe, I think. But I was like, well, listen, I never turn down free money. He was like, so he says, well, we want to thank you for doing such a good job and keep up the good work. We just audited a little bit and saw that you should get a bump. And I was like, hey, all right. All right. So, but then he says, well, what do you think about promotion in 6 months? And I was like, promotion to what? Like I said, I was looking at the piece of paper when he said it. I was like, excuse me? Promotion to what? And he like, to senior. Senior what? Because I know you don't mean senior auditor. Not in 6 months. I know you don't mean that. No. I said no. Listen, boss man, I ain't finna come in here and sell myself short. And I ain't finna talk myself out of my blessings and no money. Okay? But I also know I am not ready for that. That's six months. I just became an auditor 5 minutes ago. No, that is too soon. That is too soon. I got too much to learn before I can come talking about senior auditor. No, I literally just got promoted. That is crazy. That's craziness. Like I say, I know what I'm doing a little bit, and I know enough to be dangerous. I know a little bit about something, okay? But as me and my coach talked about, I said, now listen. I ain't trying to talk myself out of no blessings here. But damn it, you and I know this is too soon. That's too soon to be talking about senior. That's entirely too soon. And no, we are not on that exceptional list. Because I know they'd be talking about this is for really they do this for those. It's an accelerated timeline for those who are exceptional at the job. And they show an aptitude for both sides of the job that I do. We don't have that aptitude, okay? And I said, not, and I told manager that I talk to all the time, and I try to think of him as a mentor also. I said, look at here, I ain't trying to sell myself short. I'm super realistic is what I am, okay? Listen, I barely got a handle on what it is I'm doing right now, okay? I love the job. I promise you, I love the job, and it will come in due time. Listen, it'll come when it comes. When you see me out here mastering the concept, then it's time for me to go on and be promoted to senior. But not in 6 months, it won't be. Like who? I was like, you better temper them expectations is what you better do, because this ain't it. And I talked to the senior manager that I talk to all the time. I've been working with him for the last 6 months. And I said, you know they out here talking about, he out here talking about how do I feel about promotion to senior in 6 months. And I said, you and I both know that's a no. You've seen my day-to-day work. You know that we're not anywhere near that. We just got a handle on some things. No. And he said, that is a very aggressive timeline. I was like, right. Like, that is very aggressive. I'm talking about 2 years from May was my timeline. 2 years, not 1, 2. I need that extra year of seasoning. I don't care if people, and so then I talked to the director. And I love the director. When I tell y'all I love the director of this division I'm trying to get into, I love the director of this division I'm trying to get into. He is one of my favorite people. He's super smart, and I mean, like, off the chart smart. Great at his job, great at managing people, a really nice person. And I enjoy working for him, and I enjoy working in his division because he sees potential in folks, and he saw the potential in me. and he speak real sweet about me too. So, but I talked to him, and God bless him. I say all of that to say, he says, well, I mean, it can be done. And then he's like, well, what did he say exactly? Because it was like, guy, no, that is not good. No. And you know, I want to come to your division, but do you want me before I'm ready? Like, you know, and I know I need that extra seasoning. Now, you can. I was like, come on, God. He was like, it can be done. And I'm like, yeah, I know that, but that's not the point, guy. You can't come get me before I'm ready. Yeah, you know I want to come over there, but you can't get me before I'm ready. Because then you're gonna have these expectations that are not being met. And then you're gonna be like, well, I know you struggled a little bit with, yeah, I'm obviously struggling with it. Because I'm not ready. Like, I was like, you know I ain't ready for that now. You know I ain't ready. I I was like, don't come get me before I'm ready now. Let me marinate. Let me cook a little bit longer. Then you come get me. Come get me. Because you know where I want to be at. You know. I'd rather you wait and you get the best version. Let that marinate a little bit longer. Let that cook on the stove just a little bit longer. And then come get me. And you're going to get me at my best. You're going to be like, hot damn, we got her right at the right time. We know she wanted to come over here, but we had to let her season just a little bit longer. not a year. Oh, Lord. I'm like, y'all gonna... I'm not trying to do... So we gonna see, because he come talking about 6 months. And I'm like, 6 months? In May of next year? He talking about, well, we'll see. I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll see. Because you know I ain't ready. You know I ain't, well, he probably don't know. But the other guy, I know he know. I know he know. I don't want to get over there and mess it up. I don't want to get over there and don't have the tools. I don't want to get over there and not be able to hit the ground running. And I mean, there's things I'm going to have to grow into with the job. But I want to be able to, when I get over there and they say, well, we want to offer, they slide that piece of paper across the table again. And they say, well, Miss Hicks, we would like to offer you this promotion to senior auditor. Okay, because I already been doing it. Let's go. That's what I want to be able to say. And then they started pushing CPA. And I'm like, no. I barely got the concepts going on. Now you want me to throw CPA on top of that too? Damn, I'm not ready for that either. And I told him, I said, now you know specifically I don't want to do CPA right now because I said I wanted 5 years from when I graduated school. It's only been 3. Y'all know this. I graduated in 2020. I said I want 5 years. CPA is the equivalent of school. Okay? I do not want to do CPA because it is the equivalent of school. And I don't want to be doing school right now. I want another break. I still want 2 more years of break between then and then with school and CPA school. Okay? Now, I will, if I make senior in 2 years, I will become a senior after 4 years, which is about right. That for me, I feel like is the appropriate timeline. That then, yes, once we hit that 4th year, you need to be looking at me like, all right, what are we doing? Are you ready for senior now? We've been looking at your work. We've given you plenty of opportunities to do and to grow here. Do you believe you are ready for senior? We believe you are. But do you believe you are? And do you want to do that? And I know I don't necessarily have a choice in whether or not I stay as an auditor and then, or whether or not I go to senior. And I know I don't have a choice in that. Not really. I'm well aware of this. But what I don't want them doing is trying to promote me entirely too fast, because I have worked with at least 2 people in that office who have said they promoted them too fast. And they were not ready for the role that they were then pushed into. One of them was a manager and one was a senior auditor. And they both have left the office. And I'm like, okay, so I know why they left. I'm well aware of why they left. It just was not, that's not what they were ready for. And I feel like there's this push. And it's like, but hold on. Take into consideration how I might feel about it. I might not want to do that. I might not be ready for that role. Not everybody ready to be managing people. I am. I feel like I am. That part of it, I don't think I have a problem with. I think I would be good at that. I really do think I would be good at it. My problem is I feel like I need the technical side of things, and I feel like I need more of that. I'm one of them people, you have got to give it to me multiple times and let me master it. Once I master it, got it. I promise you, I got it. The associate concepts, I have those concepts mastered at this point. So I feel like I'm okay with, by the time they came to me and asked me about it the second time, I was ready. That was 6 months from when we first talked about my promotion to auditor. So that's why I'm like, okay, I understand that. It took me 2 years, which is fine. I know what the thing was he said too. So he was all talking about the director. The director was like, and this is a point that I was upset about, because he was like, I started noticing, he was telling me about his personal journey, and I don't mind that. I actually love to know, how did he do this? What were you doing? Like, how did you get to be director? Like, he started out from the very bottom and worked his way up in that office. So I'm like, yeah, I want to know how you did this. My thing was, he said, I started to look around though, and I noticed other people were passing me. And I said, but director, Mr. Director, sir, I'm not one of those people who care about that. I don't care about what my colleagues are doing. I don't care if my colleagues get promoted before I do. I'm not them. I don't compare myself to them. I don't look at their progress and my progress and go, why am I not there? I'm not doing that. I'm concerned about, do I know the material? Do I know what it is you are asking me to do? Are you increasing my responsibilities here? Are you looking at me as a potential future higher position in this office because I am technically sound and I can explain it and teach it to others? That is what we do. We hire people straight off the street. We hire people off the street. So there's always going to be new people coming into the office. We are not one of them agencies that's like, oh, I'm not hiring, a new person. No, we hire. So, and we try to hire good folks who are just starting out. They might be a little older, like myself. They went back to school at an older age, got a degree, and now they're having to start. We hire older people, but that's my thing. I want to be able to help these people when they come in off the street. So if you have the blind leading the blind, that's bad, okay? What I want is that when you come to me and you say, we think you are ready for this role because we've noticed X, Y, Z. That is why I want you to promote me. Don't think that it's because I'm sitting there looking at, I don't know, work buddy who just got promoted. Yay. Super excited for him. Very excited for him. Cause he gonna be good. I am excited for him because I know he has the potential to do extremely well at this. He is going to be great. And because I've worked with him on other things. And when you work with somebody and you see how they work and they out here, they a go-getter, they work hard, they focused on what it is they doing. They don't let things set them back from what it is. And they always like, we got to do this. We a team. We're going to work on this together. You do this. I do this. We're going to do this together. We come back together. We focus on our individual parts, but we come back together as a team. Bruh. That's the type of person I want to work with. And I was super excited because I knew he was going to be good. And sure enough, he was. He basically led that engagement, basically, that we were on together. But work buddy aside, I'm so excited for him because now we're in the same, and I was like, listen, I want you to understand this when I tell you, just because I got promoted 6 months before you did, we on the same level, honey. There's no difference between the two of us right now. Not really. You probably know more than I do. So about certain things, you're going to grasp it better than I do. You just do. People do. There's inevitably going to be somebody who is better at something than you are. And in this case, he's better at it. He grasps the concepts way faster. So that's why I'm like, bro, listen. I want you to understand this. Don't be out here scared because you think that they're promoting you too fast. Don't be scared about it. Speak up and say something. Say something. Because otherwise, you can be in the same boat as them two people that we know left. He knows those two people too. So he knows why they left. So that's why I'm like, nah. Why he just got promoted, I'm like, yay. But I'm not. If he got promoted to senior before I did, I'm not gonna be mad about that. I don't care if he surpasses me or not. It ain't got shit to do with shit. I'm more concerned about, does Lindsay understand what is happening right now? Is Lindsay going to stay in the employment line? Are they going to keep me on the books? That's what I care about. I care about, am I doing a good enough job that A, I can be fantastic at my job, B, am I competent at my job, and C, are these people going to come in here and be like, you know what? Not only is she a fantastic employee because she's competent at her job, we also want to keep her because she's pleasant. Okay? That is my concern. Do y'all look at my work and do you look at my work ethic and do you look at my personality at work and say, hey, you know what? We sure would like to keep her around. That's what I'm concerned about. I ain't concerned about whether or not Work Buddy then got promoted or not before I did or not. I give a damn. And I told director that in so many words without, I tried to be nice about it because I was just like, bro, I don't care. I don't care whether or not them people pass me or not. I care about, can I come work on your side? Can I come work in your division? Because your division is the one that I know the most about and that I understand and I get it. Like, I get it. It takes me a little minute, but I get it. I'm good at it. And I think I'm going to be very good at it. That's what I'm concerned about. Like, that's what I'm concerned about. Are you looking at my thing and going, okay, when can she come over to? All right, listen. When she come up for siding, you know I'm coming to get her, right? She is the first on my list. I want to come over here. That's what I want you to say. That when they come talk about promoting me and they ask, well, okay, well, who would you like to take on to I want her. Before they can finish their sentence, I want her. Go ahead, go ahead and put her on my list for my side, for my people. That's what I want you to say. Because you know that I do a good job and you know that I want to be here and that is what I want to do. I'm like, come on, people. So anyway, we're gonna see about work. But this upcoming fall is fixing to be this winter. I say fall, we're in fall now, but this upcoming winter, and these next couple of months, this is gonna be the do or die. Because they really gonna be looking at me to say, all right, 6 months. Well, she did this big chain and she was excellent. She knew it and she got the concepts and she was explaining it and she was doing it. She did excellent work. Outstanding work. That is what I want. So that's what we're going to be trying to do. I'm trying to get these concepts and get the basics, and because I got the basic flow of how everything works, but I really got to go back and I got to stay on top of the basics. I have to. The basic concepts. So, and see, I'm not going to be working, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be working with my coach, on this upcoming engagement that they're putting him on. I was originally, but they're going to swap me around because I've worked with my coach so much in 2 years that, I've not worked with the other two people who are on this other engagement. That's a big chain. So I know they're going to want me to work with them and do a lot of work with them. So that's why I'm trying to I got to get on top of that and get prepared for that. I know that's coming. Probably maybe tomorrow. Cuz I just did some stuff with one of the major chains with their home base. I did some stuff with that for someone, and um it was the one that I was gonna work on, but now I'm not working on it. So I don't know, but I know understanding that concept and what's going on there is key to understanding what's happening here. So and learning to do these things in the mindset of a senior auditor. So that's why I'm excited about this, because it's a big deal. So we'll see. I mean, we're gonna see. I don't know if it's gonna be in 6 months. I really don't think it's gonna be in 6 months. I think that I need that. I need the extra year. I think I'm gonna need. I will have been an auditor for a year in 6 months. In 6 months' time. So I think I need another. I'm gonna need another year after that for me to get seasoned and really start cooking and getting things going, and where I start mastering concepts. So yeah, I think it's gonna take me a little bit longer. Um, and I made sure I pointed that out. So we'll see how well that's gonna go over. There was a the palpable vibe that I got was okay, sure, Jan, and I'm like, damn it, don't do me like that, don't do me like that. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how that's gonna go. Well, all right. I think I'm gonna get up out of here, and hopefully we'll see. Christmas is coming up. We are at the start of December, so I think I think I will probably do some more videos in December. Do a little bit of talking about what's going on, see what's happening with work and life in general. So, yay for doing more videos. We're year, I think 10. We're supposed to be on season 10. And I'm on like season 5 at this point. Just at season 5. But thanks for watching. And I will be back with more episodes. Deuces.